Hey everybody, Todd Faircloth here. You know, we're going to talk about the Neko Rig, and I'll give you a little story on the Neko Rig. You know, I've been fishing a Neko Rig since I was a teenager. I just didn't know, we just didn't call it a Neko Rig. We called it a Wacky Rig with a nail weight in it. So when I heard about the new technique Neko Rig, I do like everybody else does. I Googled it and I looked at a YouTube deal and I'm like, well man, that's nothing new. We've been doing that forever at home. We very rarely fished a Wacky Rig without a nail in it. So basically that's what a Neko Rig is. It's a Wacky Rig with a nail in the head of it. So just give y'all a little feedback on that. This isn't a new technique, it's just new terminology for the Neko. I guess a lot of people fished a Wacky Rig without a nail in it, and then, you know, it has evolved over the years and now it's got a real bling name to it. But let's talk about wintertime fishing a Neko Rig. A lot of people would think, man, that's not really a time to fish a Neko Rig, but it can be really effective in the wintertime as well. One of the really cool things about, you know, the cover Neko is you can fish it weedless like this, and we can throw it in any type of cover, and especially rock. You know, maybe you're fishing like a rock jetty, or maybe you're fishing a steep rock wall, and man, you just stay hung up all the time with, like, say, a shaky head or a jig or whatever you're fishing. This Neko Rig will come through the cover really well. And in the wintertime, I like to fish as light a weight as I can get away with, because the fish are kind of lethargic. The bait fish aren't moving, the water temperature's cold, everything's slowed down. So I'm gonna fish the lighter weight in the head of the Neko as I can. This is a pretty light one here. You can go to your tackle store and there's all different types of heads and nail weights you can put in them. This is kind of a stand-up head that I really like in the wintertime. This bait will, the weight of this head will actually help the bait stand straight up, and I really like it in the wintertime. When you're fishing, I always like to use a spinning outfit, you know, and I like it because I can skip the bait up underneath there, don't have to worry about overruns. I can cast it a long ways. A lot of times you're dealing with a light weight in the head of the bait. You're fishing it on light line. I'd say 10 to 12 pound leader most of the time, sometimes even 8. So the reason for the light line is it just gives the bait a more natural appeal. And if you put this bait on 20 pound fluorocarbon or 16 pound fluorocarbon, or, you know, big braid or something like that, it's just gonna take a lot of the lifelike action out of it. So that's why I choose a spinning rod setup, 7'4", generally 10 to 12 pound test fluorocarbon leader with a, you know, 20 to 15 pound test braided line as my mainstay, and that's my setup for fishing a Neko Rig. Keep in mind in the wintertime to use I like to use a bulkier bait, like the 5-inch Ocho here, or even a bigger trick worm than I have here. And I like to fish it really slow, bluff walls, maybe where rock transitions from you know, boulder to gravel, something different, channel swing banks. A lot of times the fish will be really tight on the bottom in the wintertime, and this bait presents a finesse type presentation and it catches big fish. Just because you're fishing a worm in the wintertime doesn't mean you can't catch a big one on it, because I have caught some big ones on it in the wintertime. But great technique. It's something that's not real known for in the wintertime, but give it a try, and I think it'll put some fish for you in the boat during the wintertime, the Neko Rig.